Okay. All right. So we're going to talk a little bit about um, Ganesh ji on the event today. Also, I want to mention today is also a special day known as Radhashtami, the appearance day of Srimati Radharani. So, so it's a very auspicious day, and we remember Radharani, who is a consort of Krishna on this day. But since many of us celebrate Ganesh Chaturthi, it's a very popular festival across India. We will talk about Ganesh Chaturthi. So we'll start with the glories of festivals. There are so many festivals in India throughout the year. There are so many festivals celebrated. Even after Ganesh Chaturthi, the next festival is Navratri. After that, there's Dashera. Then there's Diwali. So you can see throughout the year, and then in January, Makar Sankranti and Lori, and then throughout the year in Ram Navami, so many festivals are celebrated. Holi is there in early part of the year. So throughout the year, we can see so many festivals are celebrated across, across India. And there's always, so this is the Vedic culture. There are so many festivals throughout the year. Everybody, after one festival is over, they start planning. They do their agriculture in India. They come home, they start planning for the next festival. The whole city starts planning, the whole community starts planning for for the next festival. And in such a way, there is no room for depression, there is no room for anxieties. In the Western culture, they celebrate only one or two festivals, right? Like Christmas, Thanksgiving, maybe, right? So so it's not that many as there are in our Vedic culture. So so our shastras, especially in Ganesh Chaturthi, our shastras, they say that before starting any important project, before starting any yagyas or pujas, generally it starts with the celebration, with the worship of Lord Ganesh. And without starting with the without the worship of Lord Ganesh, generally that particular activity or that particular worship does not become very auspicious. So, so in this way, we can see how Ganesh ji is such a wonderful demigod. So during creation, actually, Brahma ji was first created by the Supreme Lord Krishna. And after Brahmaji was created, many beings started expanding from him. And one of the most important beings was Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva was then married to Durga Devi or Parvati, and who is the the external potency of the Lord, of Lord Krishna, of Lord Vishnu. And Shiva and Bhavani, they had two children. Shiva and Parvati, they had two children. Anybody knows their names? Who were the children of Shiva and Parvati?
Ganesh.
One is Ganesh, yes, and who is his older brother?
Karthik.
Yes, Kartikeya. Thank you. Rohanika and Aradhya, thank you so much. So, yes, so Kartikeya and Ganesh are the children of Shiva and Parvati. And these, and actually, Lord Ganesh is understood to be one of the most important of the five devatas. And even Lord Shiva, actually. He's known as Mahadev. He's the greatest of all the Devatas. So he has, Shankar is another name. We talked about Lord Shiva during Shivratri earlier this year. And his wife, Parvati Devi, she is the mother of all the living entities in this material world. And she keeps all the jivas bound up in the material world. That is her job, that is her duty, her service in this material universe. So she makes sure that everybody stays here. So many people in across India worship Mother Parvati Devi or Durga Devi, and they worship her as the mother of the universe, right? So the Brahma Samhita is one scripture which actually talks about creation, and there is a part in the Brahma Samhita which glorifies different demigods, and they glorify, and Brahma ji is glorifying the different roles that these demigods are playing. So one of the roles that Ganesh ji uh, plays in this material world is, what is his function? To destroy the obstacles on the path of progress of the three worlds. So this is what this verse says. I'll just recite this verse once. Yat pada pallava yugam vinidhaya kumbha dvandve pranama samaye saganadiraja Vignan vihantumalamasya jagatrayasya Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. So one of the functions, one of the powers that Lord Ganesha has is of destroying all the obstacles. He's known as Vignaharta, and he's also known as Sukhakarta. And where does he get this power from? This verse is telling us. This verse is telling us that he's actually getting this powers from Lord Govinda himself, getting this power from Krishna himself. Whose expansion? As Narsimhadev. Actually, Narsimhadev gave blessings to Lord Ganesh to be able to destroy all the obstacles in one's life. Whoever will worship Lord Ganesh, all their obstacles will get destroyed in whatever endeavor they want to do. So, so he not only destroys the obstacles in one's path in this material world, but he also destroys all the obstacles in one's endeavor in spiritual life. So, and not only, he's also Sukha Karta. So he not only gives material happiness, not only material sukh, but he also gives spiritual happiness. He can also give one spiritual happiness. So, question for everybody. When we go to God, what do we ask for? Anybody would like to share? What do you ask for when you go to God? Yes, Nitya.
Good studies and good health.
Good studies and good health. Yes, thank you. Anybody else would like to share?
Sadbuddhi.
Buddhi, you said? Dhvani?
Buddhi.
Buddhi, yes. Intelligence, yes. Anyone else? Sarvi, you want to say something? Anyone else would like to say what generally we ask for when we go to God? So, so basically, that's very true. We ask God for, to make our material lives easier, to give us good health, to give us good intelligence, so we can execute our duties very nicely. But the devotees of Krishna, when they go to Lord Ganesh, they specifically ask that please give me the intelligence. Please give me the intelligence to choose the path of bhakti and to take shelter of Lord Krishna, and to please remove all the obstacles in my way in this process. So, generally, when we, there are two types of intelligence. One kind of intelligence tells us how, gives us, we think about how we should improve our body, our life, our material life. And the other type of intelligence is how we can introspect on the what is the purpose of our life. So one is a material intelligence and one is a spiritual intelligence. So devotees, um, generally when they go to Lord Ganesh, very few people actually ask him for spiritual intelligence. So mostly people will go with a business mindset. Okay, I'll worship you, I will offer you some flower, and you give me good benefits in my business, like give me first rank in class in the SAT exams or school exams. And so people generally go to God with some desire for a material desire. So, so it is important, whoever you are worshipping, whichever devata one is worshipping, it is important to know who is the worshipable Lord of this devata. What will really please them? Will it really please Lord Ganesh if I go to him and I ask him simply for my material desires? Actually, when we are going to God, we can ask for a lot big things. And he actually feels little amused when we ask him for little things like, some wealth and some intelligence and some to do well in school. So, so it's important to know what will really please this particular devta. So the worshipable, so we should know who does Lord Shiva worship, who does he meditate on, and who is the worshipable Lord of Durga Devi, who does Lord Ganesh worship. So we should know that devatas, their worshipable Lord is Lord Krishna. They also have an internal life, they also have a spiritual life. They are all engaged in worshipping the Lord and executing the orders of Krishna. And if we understand this, we will understand that what will actually please them and what should we ask for, because they're so giving and they're so loving, and they really want to, they're very easily pleased and satisfied, that they want to immediately satisfy whatever we ask for. So if we ask for spiritual gifts, if we ask for spiritual intelligence, then they're very happy to give it to us, because if we are worshipping Krishna, we are worshipping the object, we are asking for the object of their worship. So that makes them the most pleased. So the devotees of the Lord, they ask Lord Ganesh to remove the obstacles from their spiritual path, and to ask for protection from the impediments that may come in their spiritual path. So now we're going to go into some stories of Ganesh, okay? And these stories are not so common stories. We have heard actually parts of these stories here and there. Um, but these stories are they're taken from books like the Ganesh Puran, Shiv Puran, Brahma Vaivarta Puran. So all these are different Puranas are famous for the stories. So so these stories are taken from there about Lord Ganesh. And some of them, they have some variation in the way they are told. So if they sound little different from what you have heard before, just keep in mind that each Puran sometimes tells the same story in a different way. So, every personality has a mood. So, Lord Krishna, his mood is that of rasa. So, all his stories, different stories, they invoke, one of the five different rasas. So there's a parental love with Yashoda Mai, Nanda Baba, and then with his friends, cowherd friends. There's a rasa of Sakhya Ras with Balramji, or with the gopis. There is Madhurya Ras, and then with and then there is Hanumanji, right? When we're talking about Ramayana now, where there is a rasa of servitorship, servant. So different pastimes of Krishna invokes a different kind of rasas in his stories. And in general, Lord Ganesh, his mood is that of hasya. So he removes all the obstacles, but he does it in a fun and frolicky way. So he's generally a very happy person. He is known to be a very happy person. So, in many of his stories, you will see that this mood is prevalent, this mood of hasya. Hasya, or, fun, laughter. So, so who are the parents again of Ganesh? I told you a few minutes ago. Let's see. Yes, Dhruv.
Parvati.
Yes, Shiva and Parvati. So, once Parvati Devi, so this is the first story we're going to hear. Parvati Devi, she already had Kartikeya as the son. She already had one son. His name is Kartikeya. So, she had a desire to have one more child. And she was very hesitant to ask Lord Shiva, because Lord Shiva is a very great ascetic. He does a lot of tapasya, lot of austerities. So she was very shy, very scared whether or not Lord Shiva will agree that she wants one more child. So she approaches Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva tells her that, okay, um, take a vow to please Lord Krishna. And he gives her a whole process to worship Lord Krishna. Like offer him kirtan, offer him flowers, lamps, flower garlands, and he gives her a whole method of how to please Krishna. So she starts doing that. Parvati Devi starts doing that. And after many days of worshipping Lord Krishna, suddenly a big ball of fire comes. And this big ball of fire, suddenly from that ball of fire, Krishna comes. And she sees this darshan of Krishna, and Krishna is very pleased with her worship, and he's smiling when he comes. And when Parvati Devi sees him, only one desire remains in her heart, that is, I wish I had a son like you. I wish I had a son like Krishna. So Krishna, he fulfills her vow. And he says, okay, so be it. And Parvati Devi is very happy. She distributes gifts to the brahmanas. So one day, what happened was, suddenly there is a knock on the door, and somebody comes, some guest or something, she thinks. So she goes to the door, she opens the door, and she sees nobody is there. Then suddenly a voice comes from the sky that says that, Parvati Devi, Mother Parvati, you are blessed with a newborn child, and this child is already in your room. So this is such a strange way, right, of being born. This is not how we know of how children are born. That childbirth, that the child is already in the room. So The child is already born. She goes to her room and she sees a beautiful baby kicking his leg in the air. She sees a beautiful child on her bed. And so this is a very different kind of birth, very wonderful kind of birth of a child. And generally, children are born, and some children are born to bless their mothers, and there are other children who are born to trouble their mothers. So you have to choose which one you want to do. Do you want to bless your mothers or do you want to trouble your mothers? You have a choice. You can bless them by giving spiritual knowledge, you can bless them by giving spiritual understanding, or you can trouble them, right? So so there are two ways. So basically, after Ganesh ji, after he was born, the son of Mother Parvati, newborn child, many visitors came to come and bless the child and look at the child. They were looking at him and saying, "Oh, so adorable," and giving different demigods were coming and blessing him. So once Lord Shani came, Shani Dev, and Shani Dev, when he visited, he kept his eyes down. He was always looking at the ground. He didn't make eye contact with anybody. And and Mother Parvati said, "Oh, Shanidev, thank you for coming. Please come, please come, please bless my child." And and he looked, and he didn't look up at Lord Ganesh. He looked down. He was not making eye contact, and he was not saying anything. And and then Mother Parvati said that, What happened? Why are you not looking at him? Please give him your blessings." And Shanidev was saying that, "Oh, Mother Parvati, please hear my problem. Actually, Shani Dev is such a wonderful devotee of Krishna. He's always engaged in meditating on the glories of the Lord, and he's very, very austere. So, what happened was he was married, and his wife, she thought that he is ignoring her because he's doing so many austerities. So, his wife, because she thought that I'm not paying attention to her, she cursed me. She said, because I was not looking at her, he said she cursed me, and she said that whoever I glance at, whoever I look at, he will get immediately destroyed. So Shanidev said, "That's why I'm not able to look at your baby." So, and then she said, "No, no, you have to, you have to." She kept insisting, Mother Parvati. So Shanidev then looked at the baby, and unfortunately, what happened? The head of the baby blasted, and actually one of the Puranas, Brahma Vaivarta Puran, says that this head of the baby, Mother Parvati's baby, flew all the way to Golok Vrindavan and merged with the body of Krishna. So now this baby, he had no head because Shanidev looked and his head went away, his head blasted away. So Mother Parvati was so shocked, and Shiva was also so bewildered. So then Lord Krishna came, and he went to one river called Pushpabhadra, and over there he saw one elephant with his Sudarshan Chakra. He cut the head of the elephant, and he brought the head of that elephant to Lord Shiva and Parvati's child, and he put it on the child, and the child came back to life. And ever since that day, the child was known as Gajanan. So one who has the head of a elephant, Gajanan. So actually, you'll see there are so many names of Ganesh ji, and all of them are from the different pastimes, different stories that were performed. different stories. He got his different names. So Ganesh, another story is that Lord Ganesh, he really liked to dance. He was a very good dancer, like his father. So his father, Lord Shiva, is also known as Nataraj, and he's a wonderful dancer. He's the best dancer of the universe, and he had a very good sense of rhythm. He was a very versatile dancer, and so was Ganesh ji. Even Ganesh ji was very graceful, and he was a wonderful dancer. So once he asked Ganesh to dance in front of other demigods, and Ganesha did that, and that made Lord Shiva very happy, and he gave him the title Gananayak, that he was the hero amongst all the people. So Gananayak. So that is one story. And then there's another story where he has another name. So the story once what happened was Vishnu, Lord Vishnu. You know, he's sleeping on Anantashesh. Has anyone seen picture of Vishnu sleeping on Anantashesh? Yes. So once what happened was Vishnu was lying down on Anantashesh, and and suddenly had a feeling that, oh, I lost something. I have, and he started searching for everything in his possession. What did I lose? Then he suddenly found that his conch was missing. Anybody remembers what is the name of the conch shell of Vishnu? Anybody knows? It's there in Bhagavad Gita. Anybody knows? It's Panchajanya. Yeah, sorry, Dhruv had his hand up. Sorry, I just saw. Yes, Dhruv. You agree? Panchajanya? Yes. So he had this conch, Panchajanya, and he loved his conch so much, Vishnuji, that it had helped him win so many battles. And he was looking for his conch everywhere. So he lifted all the coils of Anantashesha to search for the conch, but he couldn't find it. Then he was wondering, who must have taken my conch? Then he heard of sound. He started searching for it. He went all over the universe, and he heard a sound coming from Kailash. And and from Kailash, he was wondering that how this my conch sound is coming from Kailash. Did Lord Shiva steal my conch? So he went to Kailash, and as he was approaching Kailash, the sound of his conch shell, Panchajanya conch, was getting louder and louder and louder. And when he went there, he kept thinking, can it be Lord Shiva who has stolen my conch? His name, after all, is Shankara. So Shankar, you know, he loves conches, maybe. That's why. So when he went, he saw Lord Ganesh was holding the conch of Vishnu, and he was blowing it, happily blowing and playing with a conch shell. Just like if you get a new whistle, some child gets a whistle to play with, they start blowing it all the time happily. Like that, Ganeshji was blowing the conch shell of Vishnu. And and he went to Shiva, and he's like, how come my conch shell is here? What happened? Then Lord Shiva said, actually, I didn't mean to steal your conch. I just borrowed it because my son, Ganesh, he wanted to play with a conch, and he wanted a special conch. So most conches open on the left side, but Lord Ganesh wanted a conch that opens on the right side. So these right-sided conches are very difficult to blow. They're very, very tough to blow. So he said that I wanted a right-handed conch. And and he heard actually that this conch, right-handed conch, if you blow, It will bring a lot of wealth and it will bring a lot of intelligence. So he wanted this right-sided conch. So, so Ganesh, he had a desire. His father wanted to fulfill that desire, so he borrowed the conch from Vishnu. And and then Vishnu said, now how will I get it back? So Lord Shiva said that actually my son Ganesh, he likes to be pampered a lot. So if you pamper him, if you please him, he will give you the conch shell back. So he went, and he, for one day, he spent one day with Ganesh, and he, really pampered him and everything, and then he got this conch shell back. So pick from this pastime, actually generally you'll see that Ganesh ji, his trunk is always on the left side. But because he was blowing this conch, his trunk is noted to be on the right side. So generally, when the trunk, his most photos of Lord Ganesh, you'll see that his trunk is turned to the left side, and that Ganesh with the normal picture of Ganesh, when his trunk is turned to the left, he is known as Vamamukhi Ganesh. And when his trunk is playing this conch, and when it's turned to the right side, he is known as Valampuri Ganesh. So this is just one of the, left side generally is known to give a lot of peace, harmony, happiness. And the right side, this particular form of Ganesh is known actually more special, right-sided trunk. When his trunk is on the right, he's known to give freedom from material distress, from material desires, all the material pangs in our heart. The right-sided trunk, Valampuri Ganesh, um, one can attain liberation, mukti, freedom from material life. And then, so this is the significance of the right-sided trunk of Lord Ganesh. So he gave the after the story, he gave the Panchajanya back to Lord Vishnu. So this next story that we're going to talk about is about how Lord Ganesh got his mouse as his vehicle. So Ganesh is known as Vigna Vinashak. That is, he solves everybody's problems. So once there was a demon. His name was Gajamukhasur. And this demon, he received a boon from Lord Shiva that no weapon can kill him. And all the devatas, they were coming and harassing him. That, I mean, he was going and harassing all the devatas because he knew that no weapons can kill him. So, Lord Shiva, he asked Ganesh to please help him handle this problem. So, Ganesh, he went to this demon, Gajamukhasur, and he threw so many weapons at him, but there was no impact. He threw one weapon after another weapon till all his weapons got over, and nothing happened to this demon. And he was thinking in his mind, how do I kill this demon? So what he does, so this Gajamukhasur, this demon was running towards Ganesh, he pulled out one of his tooth, and he threw it at Gajamukhasur. And Gajamukhasur, to escape this tooth of Ganesh, elephant teeth are so long, right? And they can be sharp and pointy. So, to escape that, he immediately turned himself into a mouse. So, and as soon as he turned into a mouse, Ganesh, he went and he sat on the mouse. And he said, now, he cursed the mouse and he said, now you will remain a mouse. You see this picture? He went and sat on the mouse. And he says, now you will remain a mouse. So he didn't kill the demon, but he transformed the heart of the demon. He killed the demoniac propensity of this mouse. So and the mouse or Gajamukasur, he thought that okay, now I have no other option but to become the vehicle of Lord Ganesh. So that's how Lord Ganesh, now you all know who is this mouse? Who was he before he became a mouse? He was a demon Gajamukhasur, right? Okay. So there's another story of Lord Ganesh where Ganesh, he loves to eat. He has a big belly, right? A pot belly. So Ganesh, he likes to eat and he has many, many favorite food items. So once what happened, he heard a disturbance, and this mouse of Ganesh, his name changed. He has a new name now. The name is Krauncha. Okay. So this Krauncha once started panicking. Ganesh noticed that his mouse is panicking a lot. And Ganesh asked him, "What happened? Why are you panicking?" So his mouse, Krauncha said, actually, there's a cat who is coming. The cat is going to come, and mouse and cats, as you know, are eternal enemies. So this cat is going to come, he's going to eat me. So Ganesh says, "Oh, don't worry, it's only a cat." So he said, "Bring all your friends, bring all your mouse friends, and create an army of mice, and and then you chase away this cat." So that's what Croucha did. He brought all his mouse friends and he created an army of mice, and he tried to and they chased away the cat. And as they chased away the cat, Ganesha picked up the cat and he whirled him round, 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 and he threw with the tail, and then he threw the cat far away. So, from this story, then later on, he was very hungry, Ganesh. So, when we are hungry, where do we go? To our mothers, right? So, he went to Parvati Devi. He went to her to ask for food. But then he noticed that his mother is in a lot of pain. She has a lot of bruises and pain all over her body. And Ganesh asked his mother, "Mother Parvati, what happened? Why are you in this situation?" And Ganesh said, and Parvati Devi said, his mother Parvati said, that actually, Ganesh, I was that cat. And and Ganesh became so shocked. He said that, "Oh no, what did I do? I hurt my own mother." So Parvati Devi said that actually I am the mother of the entire material creation. And if you hurt anybody in this material creation, you are actually hurting me. So since then, Ganesh decided that he's not going to hurt anybody unless they are troubling. So that's how he developed respect for other living entities. Okay, so this is another story where Ganesh is what do you call it? He is cursing the moon. So this is also a very famous story. You must have heard it before. So once there was a big gathering at Kubera's house. And in Kubera's house, it was like a party, and there was lot of food items. So the different Ganesh ate so much. He ate so much that he became so heavy, and once he couldn't even balance himself, and he sat on his mouse vehicle, and he was so heavy that he fell off the mouse vehicle, his mouse Croucha, and he heard a laughter from somewhere. And actually, it was the moon god, it was Chandra, who was laughing at him. And he was laughing so uncontrollably, so uncontrollably. So Ganeshji became very upset and he said, "You are laughing? I will curse you." He said, you're so funny. I can't stop laughing the way you are trying to get up and the way you're trying to turn. It's so funny. So he got very angry with Chandra and he said, "Oh, you moon god, are you very proud of your good looks?" So he took out one of his tusk. His tusk was removable. So he took out one of his tusk and he threw it at the moon god, and that's what created the crater on the moon. Have you seen craters on the moon? Yes. So according to our Puranas, this is from the tusk of Ganesha. And he says, "I curse you. I curse you that the sunlight will never fall on you. You will be invisible and you will have no beauty left to be proud of." And the moon felt very bad and he started apologizing. And he said, "I cannot take back my curse." So even Ganesh felt very bad. He said, "I cannot take back my curse, but I can modify my curse." So he said, "Okay, 14 days in the month, you will lose weight, and 14 days in the month, you will start putting on weight." So you see the waxing and the waning of the moon, and one day you will be invisible. So instead of being invisible forever, he made him invisible only for one day. So, so that's why, and because this event happened on Chaturthi, the fourth day, um, it is said that it is very inauspicious to look at the moon on Chaturthi day. It says that you will get a lot of false allegations and false troubles in your life. Actually, there's a story even in Krishna Leela where of Shankachuda, the demon, where Krishna says not to look at the moon on Chaturthi day. So, so basically, no worship will be. So, what happens if you see the moon by mistake on this day? So, the solution is to chant the holy names of the Lord, because that takes away all our sins. It takes away, so we are protected and sheltered. So, devotees of the Lord, they chant every single day. So, they are above all the effects of such curses. So, if you chant the holy names of Lord Krishna every single day, you are immune to all material influences. So, that's one of the things, one of the stories as why Lord Ganesh he cursed the moon and why the moon waxes and wanes and becomes invisible. The day that it becomes invisible is known as Amavasya. So you must have heard, right? Sometimes from your parents that today is Amavasya. So it's not considered very auspicious when you cannot see the moon. So there's one more story. So two more stories, and then we will end today's class. So one story is that once Lord Shiva he held a competition, and he said that which with the winner of this competition will be the devata that will be worshipped before all the rituals begin in the mortal world. So in the human world, in the earth planet, whichever devata will win this competition will um, will be remembered first before any activity, before any karya, any yagya, any sacrifice. uh, Only this devata will be remembered. So let's see who will win. So the competition is that you have to circle the world 3 times. So all and the winner will be worshipped. Whoever comes first, the winner will be worshipped. So all the devatas they got ready. Shani Dev, he had his crow. He was ready with his crow vehicle. And Durga Devi, she was ready with her lion vehicle. And Saraswati Devi was ready with her swan vehicle. And there was Vayudev, he was ready with his 1,000 horses. So all these are different demigods, and they were all ready with their different vehicles for this race. So you're thinking, my carrier is the fastest, and I'm going to win this race. And then Lord Ganesha came with his mouse. So, so everybody was thinking, how will Lord Ganesh win with his mouse? Mouses are not that fast as my vehicle. So the race was started. All the demigods, they went really fast with their vehicles. And then Lord Ganesh, he also started with his mouse, with his big belly. He was sitting on the mouse and going slowly, slowly. And then what happened was Narad Muni came. And Narad Muni asked, what is going on? So everybody was too busy to answer Narad Muni's question. So everybody kept running. And but Ganesh, he stopped and he told that this is what is going on. He explained that this is the competition. There is no way I can win, but I'm still taking part in the competition. He said that Narad Muni said there's a very easy way to win this race. He said the entire universe is contained within the name of Ram. And he quoted a verse, and that's how he extracted that the entire universe is there in the name of Lord Ram. So if you simply go around the name of Lord Ram, you will win the race. So Ganesh, he went, and Kailash, he wrote the name Ram, and he circumambulated it 3 times. And and then Lord Shiva and Parvati found out that yes, he is the winner of the race because he has understood the potency of the name of Ram Nam, the potency of the name of Lord Ram. And therefore, before starting any important project, we generally say, right, to start something new, Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, to do Shri Ganeshaya of something. So basically, um, Lord Ganesh, he's known as Vigna Harta, and before starting any auspicious projects, he is remembered throughout India to remember Lord Ganesh just before anything else. So there's another story. So who wrote Mahabharata? Anybody knows who wrote the Mahabharata? Yes, Rohan. Yes, who wrote Mahabharata?
Vedyas.
Two
Vedavyas.
people,
Correct.
they people Vedavyas and Ganesha.
Ganesh. Yeah. So Vedavyas was dictating, and Ganesha was
Writing.
he was the scribe. He was the writer. So, so he was searching for someone. Vyasdev was searching who will write the Mahabharata for me. So he went and he asked Ganesh, will you be able to do it? I'll dictate and you write. So Ganesh said, I'll do it under one condition, that I will, that you should not stop speaking. And as long as you don't stop speaking, I will not stop writing. So you have to continue speaking the whole Mahabharat, and I will continue writing it. So, so Vyasdev said, sure, that is fine. And Vyasdev also said that he said also, I will also give you one more condition, that you have to hear what I'm saying, you have to understand it, and then only you have to write. So Ganesh, he's known to be very, very intelligent, lot of intelligence, very intelligent young boy. So he says, okay, I will do that. And Vyasdev actually, he in the Mahabharata, he included some very tough verses. These verses are known as Kuta shlokas. So he these are very tough to understand. Very difficult grammar is there in this shloka. And ordinary Sanskrit hearers will not understand them. But still, Ganesh was so intelligent that he figured all of them out and he continued to write. So Vyasdev, he was also challenging Ganesh, and but Ganesh accepted the challenge and he continued writing. And once what happened, he was writing with a peacock feather actually. And as he was writing, um, his peacock feather broke. And then what happened? Ganesh said, "Oh, I cannot stop writing because Vyasdev has not stopped speaking." So what he did, he broke a tusk and he used his tusk to continue writing. So that's how Ganesh continued writing Mahabharata. So these are some stories um, of Lord Ganesh, and as you can see, he's such a wonderful devotee of Krishna. He's the son of Shiv and Parvati. He was a very intelligent demigod, and he's worshipped in India as the foremost demigod before starting any new activity, any new karya. Every Lord Ganesh is worshipped, and in the traditional temples in India, not modern day, not so much, but if anyone goes to any traditional temples in India, the worship of Ganesh is always done with whatever offerings are made to Lord Ganesh, they're actually the remnants of the Shaligram Shila. So, Shaligram Shila is a form of Krishna in the form of a little rock, actually, but these are very powerful rocks called Shaligram Shila. And whatever worship has been done, whatever offerings have been made to Shaligram Shila, that same offerings are taken to the prasadam is given to Lord Ganesh, because Lord Ganesh, being a devotee of the Lord, he accepts nothing but the prasadam of his worshipable Lord Krishna, and even the Charnamrit. So, whatever Abhishek is done of the Shaligram Shila, that water, Abhishek water, is known as Charnamrit. So, Abhishek means bathing, bathing of the Lord. So, whatever bathing water is collected, that water is known as Charnamrit, and it is said that Lord Ganesh really likes to take that. So, these are some stories of Lord Ganesh. Did everyone like the session? Anybody who did not like it? Everybody liked it? Okay. Thank you for your kind attention. There is a nice book actually. It's called Stories of Ganesh. I'll share the link if you want to hear many, many more stories, unheard stories of Lord Ganesh. All of them are from the Puranas, and and we can see how what a wonderful personality. It is very important actually to hear about these personalities of who are devotees actually of Lord Krishna, and all the powers that he gets from Brahma Samhita. We saw that verse. He gets all his powers from whom? Govinda. He gets all his powers from Lord Krishna. Okay. Yes, Dhwani, want to say something?
Shani Dev.
Are we done for today's class? Yes. I can't hear you, Dhruv.
Who is Shani Dev?
Oh, who is Shanidev? So Shanidev is one of the demigods. He's one of the devatas. Um, his parentage is also described. Who are his parents and everything. I did not look into that while I was preparing for the class, but he's one of the demigods, one of the many demigods. And he's in charge. So there are different demigods in charge for different days of the week. So he's in charge of Saturday, Shanivar. So, but there's a nice story. He's a very wonderful devotee of Krishna too, very austere, a lot of tapasya he does. So there's a nice story related to that too. Sorry, I couldn't answer your question fully.
No problem, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Yes, so he's the son of Surya Dev. Son of Surya Dev is Shani Dev. Yeah. Yes. Lord of, oh, okay, yeah, and Shani Dev is also Lord of Saturn. So Saturday, that's how the name comes. Okay. All right. Ansh, your hand was up also?
I was gonna say that he's the son of Suryadev.
Okay. Yes, yes. Thank you. All right. So that's the end of today's class. Thank you everyone for joining. Everybody wants to share one favorite thing that they liked from today's class. We'll start with Ashi. You want to share one thing that you liked or any question that you have? You are mute. Yeah. Can't hear. I don't know why. Okay, Nitya, you want to say something in the meanwhile?
I like the part where I like the story whenever Ganesh won the race by riding Ram.
Yeah. When he was riding his mouse? Oh, when he ride around the name of Ram? Yes, that's a nice one. Yes. Ansh, your hand is up.
Didn't he circle his parents because to him his parents were his world?
Yes, yes, that is one version of the story. This is a different version of the story in the Puranas. Yes, Dhvani.
He was riding on his mouse, but then Narada Muni told him that there's an easier way of doing it.
You like that?
Yes.
Yeah, I also liked it because devotees of the Lord always give us shortcuts, how we can get success in an easy way, right? Okay.
I part where Ganesh ji he thought of a plan to trap the demon
Yes,
because there was no other way he could kill him.
Gajamukhasur. Yes, that's a nice story too. Okay, Ashi, are you able to say something or still?
She wrote it in the chat.
Okay, okay. Oh, you wrote something in the chat. Okay, let me take a look. Oh, you like Nitya's point. Going around the name of Lord Ram. Yes. Rohanika and Aradhya, you want to share something?
I like the part in which the demon, Lord Ganesha, cursed him into the mouse.
Yes, the story of Gajamukhasur. Okay. All right. So thank you everyone for your nice participation and enthusiastic hearing. And we will meet next week. We will continue with Ramayan. Okay? All right. See you all next week. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.